Hello everybody, this is Simeonsky. Welcome to another Rec Room tutorial. In this one, I'm gonna explain to you one of the mechanics that I used in my games and also show you how you can build this mechanic into your game step by step. So, somebody asked me how the texture quads work because I already did a tutorial. But the thinking with texture quads is quite the thing that's not too easy, and so I will go into that a little bit, how you think what a texture quad is showing up with other players. This will be a two-parter. The first part I will make a kind of photo box where you can take a photo of yourself that's shown to everyone, and the second part, another video, will be like a point of view screen that you can change. Yeah, so let's do the photo box just to explain how you can use the texture quad. We will first spawn all the texture quad things. So we have the texture quad display here. Then we have the texture constant here. And then texture quad Z texture. That's basically the main things we need. So I will build it now first for just me. I will build a system now for basically you press a button, you are photographed, and it's going to the texture squad. I will start building it for myself, so it's only running on my system, and then I will show you how you can make it show up to other people. So you basically just have to put something in between this chain to show up for everyone. Okay, button, we need a button. I will not call the button anything. I like to use a vector as well. A vector component for that, so it's easier. You can also use values, but that's more complicated. Vector component works pretty well here. This is a little bit confusing because it's not called it's called camera. I don't know why they do this, and it's not found in the texture snap camera image. So it's important to take the snap camera image thing. And then we have the camera position and camera rotation, and basically we want to use the get position chip. It's a little bit complicated here, but it's doable. And then also get rotation, and we take both from this vector component here, use the upper output, and connect the position here, connect the get rotation here, and now it should make a photo in this direction and render it to this texture. And so we snap the image, then it's rendered to this texture constant, and then afterwards it's forwarded to this frame. So let's see, press it, and it's taking a picture. Of course, I see, oh, it's a little bit up now, but this is cool if you use these vectors here. Then you can just change it a little bit, even change the angle, however you want it. And here we got our selfie. Easy as it is, what is this doing here? Okay, so now we got our private selfie, but this is only showing up for yourself. It's not showing up to anyone else. In this process, how will you make this show up to everyone else? It's quite easy. We need events for that. Because events can always, I will make an event definition first and call it selfie submit.
events can always send out actions that are triggered to everyone in the room. I did a lot on events, like this is probably my 10th tutorial that uses this event system. But yeah, some people still haven't gotten it, that's why I'm telling you again how this works. So you will have an event sender here, and basically the event sender needs to basically be the first thing that is happening now. Just because this is not, you cannot share this with anyone else. This is on anybody's local machine. So basically what this does is basically starting the event sender, and the event sender will trigger the selfie event, and it will, this is important, trigger it to all. Everyone in the room will have this thing triggered at the same time, almost the same time, can be some seconds or milliseconds difference, but that's okay. Okay. And then we will use the event receiver here and receive the selfie event for everyone. Go. I cannot test this now very well, but I can test if it is working for me. And then everything, that's basically the only thing you need to do. Whenever something is happening that you are triggering and it's not happening to everyone in the room or to others, then this is always the solution, to send it to the other people so it's happening to everyone in the room. And yeah, for this example it only works like this. Sometimes you might want to send it to some kind of room authority or something, especially if it's something that should be moving or something like that, to save some network heat here. Yeah, but this is how you do it. Make a new event, event sender, event receiver, trigger it to all, and then you can see it's working for me now. Of course, if you want to change something on this snap camera thing, you can, for example, change the field of view to 100 or something like that. Then pictures more far away. You can, yeah, experiment with that, let's say. But the most important thing is this: the new event, the event definition, the event sender to all, and the event receiver, and it needs to go in the beginning of this chain. So then it should work and show the same thing for everyone. Thanks for watching.
Thank you guys for watching. As always, like and subscribe the video if you liked it, or leave a comment. You can also leave comments on what you want to see more on this channel. So see you in the next video. Bye bye.